All right, buddy. I need to
Alright.
pull up my quips.
Okay.
I do have some quips.
You got some
prepared.
quips for us today?
I'll have a quip prepared.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think I've used it before, but we'll see.
Hello and welcome to Basements, Faults, and Catapults. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I'm Trevor.
And here we're going to be looking at games, genres, and the things that we enjoy in gaming.
And to do that, we're going to randomly select a genre each episode.
Here we'll give a brief rundown of that genre.
Then we're going to select two games. One of these games will be something we want to catapult into glory, while the other will be cast into the fault lines riddling our basement lair.
They're getting better. We've patched some of them.
Yes. The catch, and what we hope will be the fun part, is that neither of us will have played, or at least played heavily, the titles the other has selected.
Yeah, so we're going to take those titles, the best, the worst. We're going to divide them up. One of us gets the best, one of us gets the worst. We're going to meet up. We'll give it about an hour of playtime, and then we'll meet back up and chat about our experiences.
That's when we'll give our opinions of the games we've played. We'll celebrate where we agree and try not to murder each other if we disagree. Well, yeah, after all, not everyone can have a perfect opinion.
Yeah, that's it. That's the format. We hope that you'll join us, listen in, maybe be inspired to try a few titles along the way, or, let us know exactly why our opinions are trash.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, one does not simply walk into Mordor.
Is that a token day today?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Well, we were talking about the Balrog and the pre-banter, so maybe that carried over a little bit.
Yeah, a little Lord of the Rings.
Maybe a little.
And my axe.
And my axe.
Pretty sure that the inappropriate version of that was my. Yeah. So anyway, it's another day, and another games to play.
Series of games.
So we got a lot going on in the gaming world right now. We are seeing tons of new game chatter. TikTok is like running rampant with people talking about what games to play and what not to play, and I'm getting so many mobile game advertisements, Aaron.
Yeah, I at this point, if I don't install Raid, then Raid has just misspent millions of dollars in revenue.
Actually, I've not seen a Raid Shadow Legends ad in
a minute,
probably almost 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more like.
I keep seeing that stupid Hero Quest one where it's like, you beat up the one monster and you gain its levels and you add it to your level and then you go click on the next one. And it's super, super easy to see that, 987 is much bigger than 15. Yes. But in the demo, they always click on the 987 monster because, and this is a real thing, if you see someone doing something poorly, your immediate response is, I can do that better. And you want to try to do it better than that person.
Fair enough.
Which is why they do it that way. It's to make you mad.
Yeah.
So you'll check it out.
I like it.
Fun fact.
I've been watching a lot of, not watching on purpose, but on my TikTok and my YouTube Shorts, I get a lot of feeds of Pirate Software, like a lot.
Oh, Thor, yeah.
Yeah, and and he's just different games he plays and compliments on, and he makes a lot of very good points, but I think he's very quick to say this game is either got a good thing or a bad thing. And I think that it's a little more complicated than that, depending on subjectiveness. Yeah. I mean, there's games I hate that other people love.
There are places with Pirate Software where I agree. Like, I'll be listening to him and be like, yeah, that makes sense, or yeah, that is. And he's very educated in his field.
Extremely well educated.
He's a very, very intelligent man. And then there's areas where he just comes across as arrogant and condescending, and it's just like, I'm not.
It's one of the. I think that's a curse of being really good in your field. Is when it comes to things in your field, you become very arrogant and condescending. Well, and you don't mean to, but you kind of just are.
And within his field, I never feel that way.
Yeah. But
on occasion, he'll talk about something outside of his field, and I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, he's a little overconfident sometimes.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's tough when you're really good at what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that kind of spills over into your social etiquette a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
And it is a hard thing to manage and control, Aaron. It really is.
I've
often been called egotistical.
I as a man who's been called a narcissist a few times, I get it.
Well, I mean, we do like entertaining, but I like to put a smile on people's face. What can I say?
Yeah.
So on that note, we've got to pick a genre for today's episode. What do you think? Is there a genre that you're looking forward to?
I haven't sat down with a good RPG in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
I keep meaning to start up Persona 5 Royale again,
Okay.
but it just keeps falling to the wayside. And on our Discord server, we were talking about New Year's resolutions,
Yeah.
and I had mentioned that I wanted to finally actually beat Cyberpunk because I've played it. I've played a lot of it, but well, I shouldn't even say that. I've gotten past the intro to the main storyline where they're like, "Oh yeah," and now Johnny Silverhand's in your head and you're dying.
Johnny Silverhand.
And I don't know what it is. It's the fact that I've spent all this time doing all these side missions with this character before I go and do the main line, and then I'm having trouble connecting, and I've never been able to beat Cyberpunk because of that.
Yeah, I found I got about 22 hours in, and I found I couldn't connect with it either.
Yeah.
I haven't been playing any RPGs for a while because they are a time commitment,
Oh, yeah.
and you want to keep playing, and I find that I can't enjoy an RPG unless I have a couple of weeks to just kind of dork with it.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I have a Switch, and I play the Switch, but 30 to 40 minutes before bed.
Yeah.
I can just lay in bed playing my Switch, and
You catching Pokemon?
No, I'm playing Fire Emblem.
Oh,
Three
nice.
Houses.
Nice.
So that's the RPG I've been playing a lot, but it's the tactics, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, I bought Sword and Shield so that Haley and I could play,
yeah.
and then I never.
You never played.
Well, we play a little bit, but it's hard. It's hard. Like, I used to play a ton of Pokemon games when I was younger. Game Boy, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Sapphire, Emerald Sapphire. But the problem is that I don't find it thrilling that much anymore. Because it's like, oh, you caught another Pokemon. Okay, go catch another Pokemon. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm trying. I have difficulty turning on my Switch. I need to buy Breath of the Wild is what I need to do. Or and maybe Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, those are both like really good. Suck you in, though. That's your life game.
Yeah.
I was in my full-on weeb stage during Pokemon's heyday. So like junior high was basically when Pokemon got big for me.
Yeah.
So I was obsessed with Ninetales.
Oh yeah,
everybody. I was obsessed with the Kitsune legends.
Yeah.
In Japanese folklore.
I love it.
So like Ninetales became like my go-to, and then Renamon happened, and we took a detour.
Oh my! Well, on that
note,
we're
better now.
We're better now.
We're better now.
Yes. Being young is confusing.
It's tough.
It's tough, and we can understand the challenge of that for sure.
Absolutely.
So why don't we roll the dice and see what genre we're going to get in store today? Before we get
too far afield, though, are you looking forward to a specific one?
If it wasn't for the fact that Flash has so many potential viruses and virus-laden issues with it,
oh god,
I would say I'd love to play some old school Flash games.
There's actually a really good Flash emulator from Adobe, Flashpoint.
Okay.
And they curate, so they have a bunch of like Flash games on it already that update and cycle through.
I like it. I think Flash would be kind of cool. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Dwarf Fortress. I'm really the most excited for probably trying Kingdom Come Deliverance. So that's more of what, like RPG?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think RPG would be cool. I think I'd like to get into Kingdom Come Deliverance at some point. Give that a shot. But you get to play... let's see here.
I think I'm on the...
You're playing the good game this time around.
Yeah, because we did Fighters last time. And
we
decided to do a variant of our usual format because we were playing them together.
We did. So it is ultimately your turn for the good game.
Hey, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
All right, I got the dice.
All right, let's roll it. 2. Okay, well, that's not a lot. That's a pretty small number.
But it's not nothing.
Okay. So our genre that has been selected, I don't think we've actually had this specific genre called out before. Casual. So we're going to have a very casual time.
Well, that's nice. Like a nice casual Friday. Like when I think casual, I think like Stardew Valley, like Harvest Moon, like those casual sims,
casual. What would you describe as a game that what would you describe as a casual genre?
Oh god, card games, super casual, and not like the Balatros, which are like very dopamine hit. When I think casual, I think like building a puzzle or organizing clothes. Like there's a clothes organizer game or an unpacking game where you literally unpack. Oh, House Flipper, super casual.
Yeah, pressure washer simulator.
Pressure washer simulator. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to say it puts you to sleep, but it really is hypnotic in a way that just sort of lulls you into a sense of just like chillness.
Yeah, yeah.
It's less about dopamine and more about relaxation. So yeah, for me casual, like my go-to casual game is always Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley is definitely. I mean, it's not actually tagged as casual, but I would agree it's very casual. Casual. I think that casual as a genre is more of like a what kind of state of mind does it put you into?
Where does it put you?
Can you play that game for an hour and put it away and come back, a month later and kind of pick it up again
Yeah,
and just
like
kind of
zero, like, oh, what storyline have I, like, what have I forgotten?
Like Helldivers. Like Helldivers is not at all casual.
No,
That's
not
like
at
the
all
opposite of
casual.
casual, where you're like, oh man, I have to log in every night for 4 hours and
just
spread
to get-
democracy.
Yeah, just to get my flipping login bonus.
Yeah, where you feel pressured to play a game, and you feel pressured to log in and play a game for whatever reason, it really just kind of makes it definitely not casual.
No, absolutely
It makes
not.
it feel like a full-time
Yeah,
job
so
kind of.
casual, super low stakes. Just like it's just here to keep you. It's just chill.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got to find you a good casual that
Among Us is not a casual game. You are liars. Vampire Survivors, eh? I've heard good things about Vampire Survivors. I've played the and this should come as no surprise. I'm a big I got into VTubing during the pandemic, and I never actually left.
Yes.
But the VTube, the agency I follow, HoloLive, has a Vampire Survivors-esque fan game made. But I've never played the original. I've never played Vampire Survivors.
Cool. That's cool. Man, there's a lot of very interesting casual games on here. There's like cats, hidden object games where you just like slowly go find cats.
God, I love that idea. That is just like here.
Yeah, just find. It's like Where's Waldo, but you're just finding
You're
cats.
just looking for cats.
That's kind of interesting.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, the Where. Oh, okay. The WereCleaner. Overwhelmingly positive with 8,344 reviews. Dark humor, stealth, casual, cartoony strategy.
Right. This one, you turn into a werewolf and you're trying not to kill anybody because then you have to clean up more of it. Yeah, I've seen some of it.
I mean, it's ranked overwhelmingly positive.
No way, hey?
And I've never heard of this game. It looks ridiculous.
Love it. Narrow by tag.
That might be something. For you to try.
Sort by user review.
And it's free. Look at that.
It's free. Oh my goodness.
What?
Love me a good free game.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Hold on, I'm scrolling down.
Yeah, you got to scroll past all the junk.
I got to scroll past the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
It only lets and Steam, please order by and then let me go descending or ascending order. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard. It literally would be two lines of code, if that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can restrict the price. You could try to really narrow it down. Put the price down to like $5.
Yeah, you can.
There's a lot of that junk on here too. But that's what we're looking for me, is to play some junk. I'm looking for other interesting casual games. See, casual games for me is a game that you don't have to come back to. You don't have to spend a ton of time learning it. You just kind of can play it, have some goofy time. Like we did that silly pizza game where you run around the pizza.
Oh God, yeah, we actually liked that.
Yeah, it was goofy. Goofy and casual.
We actually did like that. We gave it a good.
we thought
it was fun.
Yeah, really bad graphics, but it was fun.
And I think what made it, like, we were honestly only there because it was free. Like, if they had asked for even $1, I'd be like, "No, you're out."
Yeah, you're out. No.
What?
No. We're not playing those games.
I'm not. I'm picking your game.
Right? You're playing the game that I gave you, which is WereCleaner. The
WereCleaner.
WereCleaner. And they're selling plushies too, isn't that cute?
That's cute.
That
Good
is
for
cute.
them. Merchandising.
You gotta do the merchandising.
You got your Spaceballs, the lunchbox.
The lunchbox.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
Right. Space Yogurt the doll. May the Schwartz be with you.
It's gonna sell.
Gosh, I love Mel Brooks.
I'm concerned about the Spaceballs 2.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned.
I mean, you know what? I want it, whether it's good or bad. Just make it happen.
No,
Give it to me.
I want it good because Spaceballs was important to me as a child.
Give it to me.
And like, no disrespect to the individual, but I don't trust Josh Gad with it.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna try to be optimistic and hope that it's actually kind of just fun. Because I got to tell you, I've gone back and watched a lot of old movies, and I go, this movie is not good. But Spaceballs holds up.
Spaceballs holds
It
up.
holds up.
It holds up. You know what movie I recently watched that was just so bad it was good?
What's that?
It's called Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Rock and Roll Nightmare. Okay.
And it stars Canadian 80s rock legend Thor.
Oh wow.
For those of you who don't know, in the 80s, the man won Mr. Canada. And decided to segue that into a rock and roll career.
Okay.
And he created a band. He took on the title of Thor, and he would like break hammers and bend iron bars on stage, and they would sing rock and roll music, and it was a thing. Labyrinth of Atlantis. And yeah, generally speaking, it was a. And they had a game or a game. I'm looking at games. They had a movie called Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Okay.
And a very, very simplistic storyline. The band goes to record their next album, and they've gotten a old abandoned farmhouse. And they've set up the barn as a recording studio. But plot twist. There's a demon on the loose.
Oh no.
And he starts killing off the band and the groupies and all that.
Sounds like a campy movie.
It was pure camp.
I love it. Where's Bruce Campbell when you need him?
Where's Bruce Campbell? He was busy making The Evil Dead. Right?
Yes, he was.
So this drops, and it was just at the point where you're watching and you're like, oh, this could be good. But this is my favorite part. Our hero, when the demon finally confronts our hero and says, I've killed all your friends, and now I'm going to kill you. He goes, you haven't killed anybody, bub. And it's like, no, I did. I killed all your friends. It's like, no, you haven't killed anyone. Nobody here was real. I made them all up. I created them with my mind because I am an archangel.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
The archangel is sent to destroy you.
It's like, that's a Uno reverse card.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
It was the first recorded. We did it first. Canada,
Gotcha.
1987.
Gotcha.
Rock and Roll Nightmare. We dropped the Uno reverse.
I love it. So,
I'm still...
I found this Blacksmith Simulator prologue. It seems to be like it's got mixed reviews.
Okay.
Blacksmith Simulator prologue is based on Blacksmith Simulator.
All right.
Blacksmith Simulator is not out yet.
Okay, so this is like a demo?
It's kind of a demo, but
you know what? That's the one you're doing.
But it's free. It's introduced as a free short version of Blacksmith Simulator. We wanted to show you the main mechanics. So in the prologue, you can finish the first 2 hours of the game. Gameplay will be limited to a few quests compared to the full game. So it looks interesting.
Okay, all right.
I mean, the fact that it's an early release, but a lot of bad reviews. Oh, a lot of bad reviews.
Done. That's the one you're playing then.
So, yeah. I mean, let's see how bad Blacksmith Simulator is, maybe?
Yeah, go for it. I'm glad you found it, because I found a clicker game. I was like, I could make it play this.
Oh, yeah.
Because clicker games are pretty...
I mean, you get to decide, Aaron.
No, you're doing Blacksmith Simulator.
Okay, cool.
Mostly, and this is because it's a very selfish thing, if it's any good, I'll check it out, because I love me a good Blacksmith Simulator.
Yeah.
And I'm doing WereCleaner, eh?
Actually, there's a VR. I can't believe we haven't hit VR yet, Aaron.
You know what? We haven't.
But there's a VR blacksmithing game
Yeah.
where you get to like swing the hammer and hit the thing, and I'm just like, man, I can't wait to play it.
Yeah.
But I haven't tried it yet.
Huh.
Yeah. Although I have a couple of weeks ago, I was over the holidays. I was into the VR a little bit again. I was playing War of Wizards. That was fun.
Yeah, you were
it was fun.
mentioning,
It was
and
fun.
you bought a new base station.
Yeah. You need these. Eventually, Steam will release a Valve Index that doesn't require base stations. The base stations probably will help with precision, so they might still continue to offer them. But I'd love to see a full body tracking unit where you don't need to have like things strapped to your feet and things strapped to your waist and things bolted to your walls. But I actually have 2 functioning base towers, which is all you need. That's all you need. But yeah, so let's give it a shot,
Stay
man.
tuned for our foray into VTubing.
Yeah, we're gonna do some VTubing for sure.
For sure.
I have the full body tracking.
I bet you do. All right.
I just need a voice synthesizer.
And I'm hopping on the WereCleaner.
WereCleaner.
And you're hopping on Blacksmith Simulator.
Yeah, that Blacksmith Simulator, their prologue demo. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'll set our timer here. Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
And I will catch you
On
the flip side.
the flippity flip.
Flippity flop
All right.
flop flip.
We'll catch you on the other
See you
side.
soon, guys.
See ya.
Oh no! Be chill. Damn. All right. Well, welcome back.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. How's everybody doing?
Well, I can see why it didn't get great reviews.
Oh no.
How about WereCleaner?
Oh god, it was so fun. I had a blast.
I love it. I'm gonna add it to my library.
It's free, and it's. You were saying like you just didn't have time to game this week. It's. I beat it in 30 minutes.
I love it. I love it.
Like it's so fun.
Yeah, I think in about the same amount of time you beat it, I've managed to get through whatever demo available options were in the Blacksmith Simulator.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's chat.
Let's chitty chat. Would you like to go first with your good game?
Yes. Oh my
Go
god.
for it.
Yes. So I played the WereCleaner. Let me just pull up some quick stats here.
Introduce us to the WereCleaner. What is the
Yeah.
WereCleaner?
So the WereCleaner is by the developer Howling Hugs, which it sounds like it was just a quick like little
No worries.
which sounds like it was just a quick little throw together group. They have no other games. And it was published by USC Games, which I believe is the University of something, Southern Carolina or something. USC. I think it's a university publish. Yeah, it's specifically a undergraduate and graduate degree program. So that's really cool. That's really cool that they do that.
Yeah. They introduce it as the guy's name is Kyle, and he's a janitor.
Yeah, sorry. So the game.
Yeah.
So Kyle the janitor also happens to be a werewolf. And Kyle's a decent dude. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. So he works at the day, he stays in his house at night. But the evil CEO of the company you work for is instituting mandatory unpaid overtime overnight. So everybody has to work the night shift for 1 week, unpaid, this week, or else you don't get paid. And Kyle needs his paycheck because he's got rent coming up.
Oh no!
Right? So you're walking along, and apparently werewolves, whenever they see somebody, they go into a bloodlust and they kill. And the werewolf survival guide says that if you kill somebody, you have to hide the body, which in this case means eating it and then cleaning up the evidence because you're a janitor
And a werewolf.
and a werewolf.
Yep. I mean, eating it is the quickest way to hide it.
So like it's part cleaning simulator, part puzzle stealth game, and it is just so joyful.
I know. I heard you burst into laughter at some point, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm missing out on all the fun."
I was having a blast. I laughed so hard because again, you're trying to avoid, and then it's the animation's very Animal Crossing. So when you suddenly run into somebody and you're like, "Oh, this is going to be cute," and you tear into their bodies, and viscera is just everywhere,
Blood and guts
and
everywhere.
then you're back. hosing off the floor from all the just the blood. You're just like, I'm a monster. It's really quite funny. It was well done. It was very short and sweet. I think 7 levels. Each level you beat in like 2-3 minutes. It was a joy.
I love it. I love to hear that.
It was absolutely a joy. And as to that, Howling Hugs, again, it was probably just a group. But the USC, they've published quite a few games, and quite a few of their games are most of them, if not all, are free.
Yeah, I just kind of, it's probably a class that gives you experience on creating and publishing games.
Yeah, and it looks really, really interesting. Like,
I'm always a little torn on free games because I often believe that, like, if I ran Steam, there's so many garbage free games on Steam, and most of them are mobile ports or microtransactions, and just
absolutely
games that I think hurt the gaming industry more than help it. And so whenever I see free games, I'm kind of like, man, can we like clean this up and have less free games on Steam? But then you'd miss out on these little gems.
Yeah, right. And everybody in this project that did WereCleaner, like, they're going to go far in the industry. It was so charming, so well done.
And they're legit selling plushies.
Which is hilarious to me.
So
I love the idea of it.
So weird.
So, I guess we get into the just the general overall. Like I said, it was kind of a puzzle stealth game. You don't want your coworkers to spot you, otherwise you kill them. Then you have to clean that up. And you have to clean up all the messes, and you're ranked on how much time it takes you, so on and so forth. And there's a no-kill reward. So yeah, it like very quick to beat, but you could probably to 100% it, to like get all the little in-level collectibles, all that. You probably got maybe 2 hours of gameplay in there.
They were also a 2024 App Store Awards finalist for the Apple App Store, which I think was sponsored by Unity. So
yeah, well, that makes sense.
Best Student Project, 16th Unity Awards Best Student Project.
Look at that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so very, very fun. Very fun that it went that way. It was a joy.
I love it. So let's get into the ratings.
Art style, right? That's first.
That's it. Graphics and art.
So, like, it was, again, very Animal Crossing. So very cartoonish, very big bobbleheads and stuff. But they really put their all into it. Like, your coworkers are well animated. They're all individual. Like, there's no repeats. Everyone's kind of a unique thing.
It was top-down 3D then, right?
Yes, It is top-down 3D. And the the office space looked very, realized and cool.
Yeah, it's well decorated.
Yeah, and what they kind of got away with is each level, if you will, expands more of the map. So they only had to make the office once.
Nice.
And then they just unlock more of the map for you to go into, which makes sense, right?
I love efficiency.
Yeah, right? Very efficient, very cool in that sense. And then just the animation of when your dude sees another human and just goes into this possessed bloodlust, because he literally throws his head back and he's just like, ah!
Yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at one of the screenshots, and the character has this adorable, innocent look on his face.
Yeah, he's very doopy. Like, he's just so chill. Until he gets that bloodlust, and then it's just like, it's so
I love it.
So the art, it's not gonna win any like pushing boundary awards, but it was well executed. The beauty of the juxtaposition between cute and the blood really hits a mark. So I'm gonna give this an 8.
Nice.
Like, it absolutely nailed what it was set out to do.
I love it.
And the world felt real. It felt lived in. Loved it.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at the screenshot, and it's like your little objectives, and it's like clean 10 messes, eat 1 body.
Yeah, well, you gotta eat the bodies. You can't leave any evidence behind.
Ridiculous. I love it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Cool.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Music and audio.
The music is very basic, very repetitive.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
How about the frenzy? Like, when he goes into a frenzy, is the audio
he makes this like, rah, and there's a scream, and like there's the wet grinding sounds, like when you eat a body. It's really quite charming. So the music wasn't anything special, but it wasn't bad. It was just in the background. But the sound cues from the people, when you kill, when you clean, they nailed it. So sound wise, this is another 7 for me.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Probably knock a few marks off for just how repetitive the music was, because there was only the one BGM track.
Yeah, music's tough to get right in a game, especially when it's like a game where you're just doing a student game.
Yeah,
and you're
absolutely.
Just creating something with a couple of levels, and it's not about the music in this case. Like when I think about games where music is really, really important, I think Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII,
6, 7,
RPGs, any kind of big RPGs,
any
right?
big space sim. You want to have a good music track.
Yeah,
like you're spending a lot of time staring at blackness,
Yeah, when it adds to what's going on, when it adds to the story, and it adds to each character having their own theme song or their own entrance theme, and then it's important. But I think with games like these, it's kind of just it's like
like
you check the box.
They check the box. I'm not gonna dock them, but I'm also not gonna reward them.
Yeah.
And that brings us to. Gameplay, very simple. Like the concept has been done 1,000,001 times. Stealth games, puzzle games, cleaning games, they've all done it. It executed very well, and it added enough little quirks to the game that it felt interesting. Like eventually you unlock the ability to shoot wads of garbage from your vacuum cleaner.
Oh, cool.
And your coworkers will go, "Oh, that's garbage," and they'll pick it up and they'll throw it in the garbage can. So that allows you to manipulate their pathing a little bit.
Nice.
If you come up from behind somebody, you can put a garbage bag over their head and blind them temporarily. So that affects the pathing.
Nice.
So it's really interesting in that. I can see speedrunners having a field day just optimizing it.
Yeah.
So while, again, it didn't reinvent the genre, it played enough with it and added enough quirks to make it fresh and interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and give that a 7 for gameplay.
Excellent. That's very cool.
Yeah.
And the final rating, Aaron, is fun.
10.
Yeah?
I had such a blast.
I'm so happy to hear it.
Yeah. There's, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. I could see the game overstaying its welcome. Because it is only 7 levels.
Yeah, of course.
And the first level is just pure intro, right? So really 6.
And I think that's the good thing about a casual game, though, is it's meant to not eat up your life.
No, it's just drop in, drop out.
Drop in, drop out, have fun, share it with your friends, everybody gets a good laugh, and it's spread some joy.
Yeah. And at free, what more could you ask for?
What more could you ask for?
It was a lot of fun, and I had a blast with it.
So are you going to launch it out of the catapult or throw it into the vault?
It's loaded in the catapult. I'm buying a plushie to put beside it. It's sprung. It's gone, baby.
I love it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I can see a lot of people buying the plushies for a game like this because it is free game. It's kind of funny. The plushies are cute. They're adorable.
Are cute. Yeah.
They're adorable.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
I did.
Casual games can be real hit or miss, and
this was a hit. This was just a blast.
I love that for you.
I had so much fun. Which brings us to your game, which I'm guessing did not go as well.
Well, so here's the thing. So Blacksmith Simulator, forge your destiny in the Blacksmith Simulator prologue. Craft weapons and tools, manage your workshop, and mine for resources. Serve diverse clients, grow your reputation, and master medieval craftsmanship in this free introduction to the full game. Your journey as a blacksmith begins here.
I love all of that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's by Yuzu Games as the developer. Publisher is Forge Games. This was, the demo here was released January 5th, 2025, so it is a recent release, just last week by our recording date. And, they've released a few other things. There's Handyman Corporation, Collapsed, Building Empires, a couple little things here and there.
Is Shipyard Graveyard up there? Or am I imagining? Okay, I'm imagining.
We've got Server Owner Tycoon, which that sounds like, I don't know, not that fun. It's like running an Amazon data center. But anyway, back to Blacksmith Simulator Prologue.
Yeah.
So this game is just a demo. It's a prologue. It's kind of an introduction. You're basically you're a blacksmith. You run a little shop.
Yeah.
And customers come up and they place an order for a copper short sword. And you've got to go, okay, how do I craft that? And you've got this whole forge built out. You got a forge, you got an anvil, you've got a furnace to heat the metal, you've got tongs, a water bucket, an oil bucket to temper your steel, you've got a sharpening wheel to sharpen the blade and hone it, You've got
I see you pick up some of your raw resources. Is there a smelter to forge the
there's a
ingots?
smelter to forge into small ingots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and the game's the initial prologue here is very simple. So it's kind of like we're gonna walk you through all the things you could do to build a sword, and then we're gonna lock out all the tools because it's just a demo.
Yeah.
So that was kind of an odd choice because in a demo you really want to showcase why it would be fun for someone to buy the full game. This game falls short of that. This demo really falls short of saying, hey, this is what our game is offering. The voice acting is just kind of like people going, food of how to be about to and it's just
Simglish.
it's so bad. The game itself, movement feels robotic. There's no like bob, there's no the movement bob where there's kind of a little bit of movement of your screen while you're walking so that it kind of simulates the feeling of taking steps. This game doesn't do that. You're just kind of straight line moving,
So
which is
Skyrim versus say.
even Skyrim has a mouse bob.
Did it have a mouse
Yeah,
bob?
it did. You could turn it off in the options. Some people, I think it could cause motion sickness, but it felt very linear. The movement felt very basic. The character models aren't great. The voice acting was kind of non-existent. And I get it, it's a prologue. Maybe the full version will have more. I'm not sure. I really loved the mini games though.
Okay.
It had my perfect game where I'm forging weapons for my citizens would be wrought with mini games. Setting the temperature on the furnace to the right temperature. Having a little target that you have to hit with your mouse that bobbles back and forth to get accurate hammer hits on your weapons. This game does all of those things, but it does it in a way that isn't even fun.
Oh.
It kind of just feels like it's a grind. Like you can pick up one piece of copper,
Okay.
and then you're like, okay, but I want to mine like 10 pieces of copper, and it's like, no, but you can only carry one thing. I'm like, well, where's my backpack? Where's my inventory? And maybe the full game will have more.
Yeah.
But if you're going to release a playable demo of your game, it has to feature what your game is going to feel like when it's polished and finished. And I hate to say it, but if this is what the game is going to feel like polished and finished, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Because this game shows that, you have a mine, you have a mine cart, you have an elevator. The elevator doesn't work in this game.
Oh, boo.
Right for the demo,
Yeah, the
the elevator is
demo, yeah.
disabled. Which again, you have to feature set all your tools. Let them play with your game.
Yeah.
My
Put a time limit rather than locking things out.
Yeah, my fear is that this game is the small demo space that you're given is going to be the full game. That's going to be the full space. The mechanic of unlocking different sections of your mine to get better metals seems to be the way they're going to do game progression. There's a hunting area, probably to get different things to, I don't know, sell, make gold, whatever the case may be. So you start up the demo, you get your first customer, you go through the steps of, smelting the ore, heating it up into heating the ingot, putting it on your anvil, smacking it into the shape of a short sword, tempering it with oil, cooling it with water, sharpening it on the sharpening wheel, attaching a handle and attaching a guard and kind of putting that all together. So it does kind of walk you through, hey, this is the cool thing of building a sword. But you don't get to choose really the shape.
Right, because the sword
Right.
is a shape.
Like if I wanted to build a game, I would have a certain amount of surface area that you're allowed to have based on the size of ingot, and then you just shape it however you want. So build your crazy, silly looking sword, whatever you want to build. Like the game doesn't have a lot of creativity in that sense. It's just like, oh, you're going to build a short sword, then you'll unlock the long sword, then you'll unlock the axe, then you'll unlock this. So it feels like I'm trapped in a very small box of what I'm allowed to do or not allowed to do. And again, it's a demo. But I can see that the way this appears, that the final game is going to be a lot like this too.
You'll just have access to more tools.
Yeah, so like, is it a blacksmith simulator? Yes. Is it capable of intriguing you and bringing interest in? Well, the prologue isn't. I mean, the prologue didn't let you play enough to make it worthwhile to go, yeah, it's a game I would buy. So, yeah, I'll get into the ratings.
Yeah, please do. I just wanted to quickly mention that that's kind of disappointing because one of my favorite mangas is called Slow Life as a Blacksmith. And it's, it's standard isekai trash. Guy dies, gets reincarnated.
Casual life manga. Yeah,
It really is. And he dies, he gets reincarnated, and his power is he wants to be a blacksmith. So, okay, you're a blacksmith now.
I like that.
And it was just really chill. And, I'm really sad that this doesn't quite fulfill that fantasy.
I would watch that as an anime. I would.
Yeah.
Nice casual anime.
Yeah.
Guy's just a blacksmith.
That's it. That's all he does.
And a lot of the games that I want to build are in the fantasy world, and they would incorporate mini games for blacksmithing and stuff, which would be similar to this. But this, in and of itself, and the way it's executed, just didn't really do it. Didn't do it for me. And so I've always said I would never make just a blacksmithing game. It would be a town sim.
Yeah.
With blacksmithing elements that would be completely optional.
Yeah, are you the town blacksmith, or what's the story there? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that.
Let's
get into ratings.
No worries. Graphics and art.
Yes.
They put some effort into it.
Okay.
The textures are fairly decent textures. The character models are not great. They did put some effort into trying to create a world, but it seems like the texture quality is a little out of sorts in certain areas. Like some of the plants, some of the trees, some of the rocks. I mean, if you play Skyrim, which is a game from 12 years ago now?
God.
Longer than that, probably. Skyrim feels like it has better put together graphics than this overall. And I said it's more of a feeling, because I know that the texture quality in this game is probably at least on par in some cases with Skyrim, maybe better.
Skyrim was 2011.
Yeah, 2011. So, 14 years ago. So, I think they definitely put some effort into it, and I don't want to detract from the work that they put into it. But the graphics itself, it looks like it should look good. But when you're playing and you're moving around in the world, it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. And I don't know if it's an anti-aliasing issue or a graphics settings issue. I did play with the settings to make, and they're all set to epic, but I just felt like something was off. It just didn't feel coherent. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because it looks okay. I just can't quite place something's off. I think there's some texture qualities that maybe are low textures that are mixed in with high quality textures. It just looks like it's not a polished, finished game. And that's fine. It's a demo. I kind of come to expect that.
Yeah.
But repetitive use of character models, I get it. If you're trying to make a blacksmith game, you're going to focus on the mechanics of blacksmithing. I would do the same thing. So my character models would be secondary. My environmental stuff would be secondary to the blacksmithing mechanic. I think this could have been done with much more simplistic graphics and still have been and have been fun. I think this could be done as a top-down with a little character that swings a little hammer, and it could be fun. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things. Something doesn't feel right in the game. It feels tedious, and I kind of don't want to play it anymore. So graphics and art, 7. Music and audio, there was no music.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, there was no music.
Was there at least the sound like clang?
No, not really. Yeah, it was quiet.
You gotta have the feedback.
There wasn't a lot going on.
You're a blacksmith.
There were sounds.
The hammer, that's everything.
But there wasn't a lot going on. The sounds were not big, king, king, king. Didn't sound like I was blacksmithing. There was little taps.
Oh.
Little.
If you're making a blacksmith game, the music of the forge is half the point.
Yeah, there was sounds for everything you did, but they didn't have any depth. They didn't have any environmental audio.
Right, it's like you give the guy a double-barrel shotgun and it sounds like a pea shooter.
If I'm in a cave and I hit something with I hit a rock with metal.
Yeah,
just kind of echo a little bit in the cave. There should be some dull echo to it.
There should be a sound.
Some kind of a reverb.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like the sound engineering in the game is not great. Overall, I'm gonna have to give it a 3. I wasn't impressed by the music and audio.
That's hard to argue with that, right? If it's not good, it's not good. Gameplay
right now is a 2. I love what they're doing. I love the concept, but when you actually go to play it, it's not fun. I once spent 3 months building a game, Aaron, where I had all these little blob guys, and they would simulate life. You'd start with 2 of them. and then they would fruit would fall from the trees. They would eat it, right?
Yeah.
And then they would multiply every time they ate. Within a short amount of time, they would bump into each other and multiply. And you could get up to like thousands of these guys, and you could adjust as the player how many trees there were, how much food there was, what temperature things were. They would breed, and when they bred, there would be mutations. There would be certain they would adapt their size. Slower ones could get to food faster. Bigger ones were slower. They'd have to eat the littler ones, but the littler ones could run away because they're faster. So the big ones, there was kind of a propensity to having smaller. The smaller ones having higher rates of survival. So they would breed and get smaller and smaller and smaller to a point, as long as it was advantageous to their environment.
Right.
And I thought this was like the coolest game in the whole world, that I could build this concept of life, that you just play with the environment and life kind of goes on, you know?
Yeah.
But then I built this game, Aaron, and I was like, okay. And I went to play it, and I was like, this is not fun for the player. It was cool for me to build it. It was fun for me to build a concept and go, this is a concept of something I would enjoy. But then as a player, I was like, what is the player going to do? How's the player going to enjoy this? You're just watching a bunch of blobs run around the screen, eat stuff. It's more like a massive Tamagotchi more than anything else. So sometimes really good ideas for games, they're fun to build, they're fun to create, they're fun to conceptualize, but they're not fun to play. Unfortunately, that's where this game kind of lands. Gameplay was not great. It felt monotonous, and it was only like 20 minutes into a demo, right? You have to walk all the way to the mine. It's a long way to have to go to get one thing. You can't really fill your inventory. You don't have a backpack. There's basic rudimentary functionality that a game like this should have that it doesn't. I love the concept. And I really hope that they incorporate this as a mini game concept into a larger game. I don't think it stands on its own 2 feet by itself.
Yeah.
At least not for me.
That's fair. And for me, sound is such an important part of a game, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, is it a casual game? Yes.
Yeah.
But it's casual to the point where I wouldn't want to play it for very long. Half an hour at a time, maybe. So I don't know. I'm hopeful. I love blacksmithing games. I'm going to try the VR one, see if it's any good. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it won't. Maybe VR is the hook there. But I didn't have a lot of fun playing this game, dude. It was a 2 out of 10 for me for fun. And again, it was a demo, so I'm hopeful to see bigger, better things. But for now, I'm going to have to say don't... I mean, it's free. It's a free demo, so give it a try. Yeah. If you think the Blacksmith Simulator might be fun for you, give it a shot. Personally, I can't recommend it. I'm going to toss it in the basement vault and maybe give it a little bit of a chaser to kind of wash it down. Because it just, I don't know, man. I didn't have a lot of fun. I heard you... It's not often when I'm playing a bad game. There's bad games where I'm laughing and I'm having fun and I'm laughing at how fun and silly the little bad things in the game are. I couldn't find joy from this game at any point. And I kind of sat here, hearing you play the fun game, and I was going, this is the first time in 36 episodes that I've been like, man, this game really sucks. And I feel like now I know how you felt when you were playing that really bad mobile port space game.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So that's a fall. General rating 3.5. That is not the lowest rating I've ever given. Time gap was lower. So here we are. Blacksmith Simulator Prologue. It's a fault. I'm sorry. It's gonna have to go into the box of, hopefully the full game's better.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can't argue with any of those things. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming along, guys. We had a blast.
Yeah, go play some WereCleaner.
Play some WereCleaner.
Aaron, it sounded like you had so much fun.
I had so much fun. I want you to play it, and we'll talk about it later.
I'm going to play it. If you can beat it in half an hour.
Yeah, that's literally, I beat it in half an hour, and I even managed to go back and 5-star a few levels.
And I think I saw something about WereCleaner is coming to Android soon.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if it would be as good on a mobile, just because you kind of need to see everybody moving to path correctly. But yeah.
Yeah, they said that their Android release, they're working hard on an Android release. And so, yeah, I mean, hey, go check it out. WereCleaner, it's free, it's fun. Give it a try.
It's free and fun. All right, guys, have a great time. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, good luck.
Have fun.
Don't die.
And that's our time. And the end of our episode.
But don't feel sad it's over. Be glad it happened. From the two of us in the basement, thanks for tuning in.
Join us next time.
And feel free to send us any feedback on our socials or send us a direct email at bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
And if you're really interested in what we're doing, join us on Patreon, where we will have loads of behind-the-scenes stuff and uncut takes as more episodes are released. Patreon.com/basements, faults, and catapults.
We're always excited to hear from you because we love engagement. We look forward to our next catapult launch and hope you can join us for the ensuing chaos.
Good luck.
See you next time. Pew pew pew. Man, Blacksmith Simulator. God, it's one of the worst games I've ever played.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man, and like I hate it. I hate it because I love the concept.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, where's the fun? And then
Right.
and then it never comes.
It
never comes. Yeah, it never comes.
Oh, this isn't what I wanted.
Boo.
Boo.